Good day, gamers. How you doing? It's me, your boy Waddles. Your timing is impeccable today. It couldn't be better because I'm actually just about to finish my good build. All I can say is, man, Green better watch out. Green better watch out. Look at this build right here. I have finished it. Oh, it looks good. I might sell this as an NFT. Keep your eyes out for that. Look at this thing. Brand new build. Oh my gosh, it says beta. That's right, brand new day, brand new Bedrock Edition beta. I just got done refreshing the store like 90 times, finally got the update, and we're in the beta, and this is a gigantic beta. It's seriously crazy. So from the surface, everything is going to look the same, which is, yeah, to be expected, at least for the most part. There are some changes. There's actually one that I can see right now. But yeah, from the surface, it's going to look the same. This beta is so big that it actually, maybe, just might, bring the Bedrock version of the Caves and Cliffs update ahead of the Java Edition version of the Caves and Cliffs update. It's crazy. In today's video, we're going to check out the latest Bedrock Edition beta that dropped today. If you enjoyed today's beta showcase, please consider leaving a like. It really helps. Okay, so usually right at the start, I would do like a list of what's in the beta, but we're just gonna have to see it for ourselves. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to leave this masterpiece behind and head right over here. This is the big change that I noticed. So, do you know what this is? Maybe you do if you play Java and you see this stuff. Do you see this? Does this look interesting to you? Because it definitely should. And yeah, no, I'm not talking about like the watercolor, the water haze, or anything like that. I'm talking about like the blocks down here. Do they look different to you? Because they are definitely different. Very, very different. It's a big, gigantic day right here. This is a big water cave. Definitely not normal. Let me jump over into a new world. How about this spot right here? Way less water, way more dry. What do you think about this? Do you know what this is? That's right, today's Bedrock Edition beta finally brings the new Minecraft Caves and Cliffs caves over to Bedrock Edition. They're amazing, they're gigantic, they're basically up to date as of like the latest snapshot. It's crazy. Like, look at this cave right here. It's so big and gigantic. The waterfalls, the lava falls, everything. There's aquifers in these things. Gigantic mine shafts. These caves are so good. Now, I say they're up to date as of the latest version, which is kind of funny because as of the latest Java snapshot, the caves actually no longer look anything like this. The caves have actually been rolled back to Minecraft 1.16 caves. However, if we're talking about new Minecraft 1.17 caves, 1.18 caves, this dripstone right here is a big giveaway. If you play only Bedrock Edition, you might not follow the Java snapshots, but this stuff right here, the dripstone, is a gigantic giveaway. In one of the latest Java snapshots, this stuff was actually added to the cave generation before the cave generation was actually removed. So we have a little bit of dripstone up the ceiling, some of the blocks, some of the pointy rocks, then down here on the ground, some of the blocks, pointy rocks again. Yeah, it's in the cave generation, which means these caves are pretty recent versions of the caves. And the caves, they just look so good. Now, unfortunately, they're gonna be a little bit trickier to find on Bedrock Edition because there's no spectator mode, but if you find one, oh, you are so lucky because they are just seriously so cool. Is this an aquifer? I think that's an aquifer right there. That's a really weird aquifer, but aquifer. Now, I have yet to see any. Hey, that's a slime. That's like the first slime I've actually ever seen in any of these caves, including Java. But what I haven't seen spawning in these caves are the axolotls and the glow squid. Now, it doesn't mean that it's not happening. I'm not too sure if it is, to be honest. I just haven't seen it quite yet. If it does happen, we should be able to find axolotl and glow squid spawning in water that is under the ground. So like the water right here in this cave that we're seeing, this would be a valid spawning spot if it works like that. Not too sure if it does. If I'm being honest, I actually wasn't going to make today's beta video. I was planning on just skipping the beta almost no matter what. I had a guide episode planned. It's a pretty sweet episode on shields, but it has to wait because this beta is maybe the most significant beta yet, other than the first one, because it's the first one. This one is gigantic because now, as of this beta, Bedrock Edition not only has gigantic, massive mountains, but also amazingly huge and crazy deep caves. Like, check this out. If we go deep down here, like the cave just goes and goes and goes, and it's so deep. Like, look at this is Bedrock down here, all the way at like -64. Hold on. Actually, check this. -59 right here, all the way at the bottom of the world. However, with that being said, there is one gigantic difference, maybe two. Difference number one, bugs. This area is completely stripped of every single block. The lava doesn't even flow here. It's just cut off. It's really weird. It's definitely like the new cave generation, like cutting through here. Generation bug. But thing number two, notice the blocks all over the place. These blocks on Java would all be deep slate or grimstone. So right now on Bedrock Edition, you're gonna be able to find deep slate chunks, like patches of this stuff, like this spot right here. But as soon as you pass into the negative Y range, you're still going to find just stone generating everywhere, which is kind of weird. I'm not too sure why like literally everything else would be in here, including the random dripstone chunks, but no deep slate down here. But yeah, it just doesn't work like that. And also, like I said, bugs. I am noticing a little bit more bugs, especially more so when you get deeper down into the caves. You find things like this right here. Just so weird. The bedrock should definitely be blended into the ground or something. It's like really weird. It's like I'm building like literally a nether hub or something right here, but it's upside down and it's in the overworld. So it's not even a nether hub. It's just so strange. But the caves in general are so nice and so good, and it's amazing that these are finally over on Bedrock Edition. Really weird timing though, because if you didn't hear, as of yesterday, Minecraft 1.17 has been split up into 2 updates. We're going to get 2 cave updates. Cave update number 1 drops in the summer with the mobs and the blocks. Cave update number 2 is going to drop in the holiday season, and in that update, we're going to get the generations. So things like the mountains, the caves, you know, all of that kind of really cool stuff. Yeah, so the day after that's announced and the generation, so what we're experiencing in today's beta, that stuff is all pushed back, and then it drops a day later, which is really, really strange, but that's how it is, I guess. Now, the hard part about these caves on Bedrock Edition is no spectator mode. I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but yeah, finding these caves is going to be really hard. Lucky for you, I've got the hookup. I have a little bit of experience with the new caves. I'm going to give you some pointers on how to find them. First things first, you're going to have to create a brand new world. Highly recommend enabling cheats so you can fly around. It's going to make your life way easier. And also, make sure you have this toggle right here activated, caves and cliffs. If this isn't active, you're not going to have any of the caves and cliffs features. That's not going to work. Once you load your world up, if you're lucky, you're going to have a really rare structure like this generated in your world. If you're not lucky, you're going to have to build it yourself. Aside from that though, jump into creative mode, fly up into the air, and start looking around. There are a couple things that we can spot on the surface to help us find the new caves. One of those things is this thing right here, the thing that we checked out a little bit earlier. So you see the shape, it's kind of like long and it's just dark, like in the water submerged. If we jump down under the water, you see the shape right here, it's kind of like long and it winds and it's like a little bit sloped, kind of diagonal. This is one of the new cave shapes. This is a really good sign. If we were looking for a new cave, well, technically, we would have actually found one because this is the new cave, but sometimes if you look around near the ends of these things, there's really obvious like fake ends. To double check, I recommend just going to the end and just digging a few blocks down. Maybe you'll hit a cave and water will flood in. You'll have to block it up after. Maybe you don't. Like right there, didn't hit one. Big bummer. Going back up to the surface here, flying around a little bit more, this thing, really obvious and strange looking, but over here, check this out. This is really weird looking too. Sometimes these big water features will actually cut straight through the land, like right here. Probably, most likely before this beta, this would have been like a hill or something, but this cave has actually cut right through here. If we jump under the water, we're going to have a shape that is pretty similar to the last one. It's long, and this one kind of winds down. This one actually might be a little bit better for finding another cave. Actually, no, check this out. It goes down, it gets thin right here, it goes even deeper, and then we have this area. This is where I would dig down, and check that out. Right there, boom, we dig down, and we're immediately in another cave. You see, that's exactly how it works. Now, I highly recommend giving yourself some night vision when exploring these caves if you really want to see them for yourself, like see all of the shapes, check them out, that or torches, because otherwise it's going to be really dark. So right here in this cave, we have a gigantic aquifer right off the bat, and then over here, if we follow it this way, it winds around, and it's like gigantic, and it was so easy to find. All we needed to do was find one of those surface caves, and then get a little bit lucky and just dig out the bottom. If I were to actually dig out a bunch of these blocks, I bet, yeah, water will just start pouring in here. Sometimes the cave generation just kind of gets weird and gets cut off, and that's exactly what happened. It was so easy to find. So I know way less about Bedrock Edition than I do Java. I'm not sure if it's a thing over here. I haven't been able to find it anywhere, so maybe it's not. But if there is a subtitle toggle, highly recommend turning that thing on too, because that's going to help a lot. See, if I were trying to find this cave and I were in the bottom of that water one, these mobs would have given it away. We have like a zombie right there, makes a lot of noise. The Enderman, the skeleton, they all make noise. So if no subtitles, just turn your volume up really loud and try and listen. The mobs will give it away. Like seriously though, look at this cave. It's crazy. It just goes down this way. There's so much deep slate patches in here, and then like ores all over the place. These caves are so cool. These are like amazing, and Bedrock Edition players have been missing out for so long. So like finally Finally, you could check these things out. So we found that cave from this spot right here. If we were to follow this down even more, we can tell that this is definitely not natural looking. And then right here is that almost the same exact shape as that first cave that we saw, the one that went nowhere. Yeah, this is exactly what you're looking for, basically. We will test it again. We'll go down to the end of this cave, like somewhere over here, dig a couple blocks down, and check it out. It works again. We fall into the cave. I'm pretty sure this might be the same cave. Maybe not, but yep. Just dig down at the end of those water caves, and you'll find even more of these caves. Usually. Not every time, though. Let's see if we can find one more final weird generation feature. Okay. That one doesn't count. That was too easy. We'll just keep flying. That's all you're really looking for, though, is gigantic pits of water that are insanely deep looking on the surface. Sometimes you can find surface caves, but more often than not, these water ones, I tend to have more luck with them. If you just go into these water ones, dig out at the end, couple blocks, maybe you'll find a cave. So, yeah, they're pretty easy to spot. But let's say you can't find any for some reason. What should you do then? Well, option number 2 is going to be just digging straight down on the ground, creative mode. Just hold down the use button. You'll go really quick, and then you can fly back up and see if you hit something. Like right here, I hit something. That's not really much, but it's something. Or you could find an area of land that is relatively flat, low, and dry, dig down, fill the thing with explosives, light some of the explosives, and then really just hope for the best. Hopefully, some of the TNT will explode and open up a cave system. Some of the caves can get pretty big, so this isn't a bad idea, but at the same time, this idea could take a whole lot more time. You're probably just going to be better off finding the water caves and digging blocks out and moving on if it doesn't work. So as of the latest beta, Bedrock Edition now has the gigantic, really cool looking mountains and the amazing caves. For the most part, the amazing caves. Bedrock is still missing the really cool deep slate caves deeper down, but the caves, the shapes, the outlines, the basics of them, they're all there now. Kind of crazy. It's a huge beta though. Minecraft 1.17 or 1.18 or whatever update it is now, caves are on Bedrock Edition. So, of course, this is going to entirely reshape world generation. There are tons of changes here. The caves are completely different. If you're looking for even more information on all of these caves, I highly recommend my snapshot videos or Izumavoid snapshot videos. Izumavoid is the king, and his videos are just on point, always. Highly recommend those. Another amazing one to check out is Pixel Riffs. Pixel Riffs is really great with the snapshots, too. He just dropped a video earlier today on yesterday's information, actually. Highly recommended. But one of the big changes here, the mine shafts. Mine shafts are now going to generate around these new caves, and check this out. Mine shafts can now actually be connected to the ceiling. So we have these little fence posts. We have chains that go all the way up, right to the ceiling right there, like holding the mine shaft up. So it's adding like a little bit of realism, and then sometimes below these things, you'll have logs going all the way down too. Lots and lots of wood here, and actually lots of chains too. If you're into chains for building, like me, this is like huge. This is like really, really good. And actually, this mine shaft, this is a really good mine shaft too. Like it cuts through that way, and then it's like over here too. It's just so cool. These caves with like the mine shafts and everything. It's like the literal ultimate vibe. It's so nice. If you're curious about this world, the coordinates are in the top corner, and the world seed is that number right there. Go ahead and pause the video, copy it, go to this spot right here, and you'll see the gigantic cave with the big mine shaft. It's so cool looking, and look at how deep it is too. Like imagine in survival, you accidentally fall off of this thing into this gigantic buggy bedrock pit down here. Oh, that would be done. That would be over. Yeah, the new caves are so amazing. There's something that you just have to check out for yourself. They don't hit the same at all. Nothing like it in a video. It doesn't do it justice. Anyways, though, for brand new Bedrock Cave beta video, that's gonna do it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate it. Remember to like and subscribe, gamers. Today, big shout out to my patrons, Violet Pirate and Dark Panther 7. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow with another video. Goodbye, everyone.